would like to share with you an unbelievable story about one of the greatest Gedolim of our generation. Rav Aaron Leib Steinman, Zecher Tzadik Livrocha, he had an unbelievable koach to go and teach Klal Yisrael what is the most proper way to go and give positivity to children, to Talmidim, the best way to be mechanech people with being so positive. I would just want to share with you a short story that occurred with him. There was once a child who grew up in Bnei Brak. This child unfortunately went off the derech for a few years. He wasn't keeping Shabbos, he wasn't keeping kosher. But one Shabbos he decided he's going to go back to his parents' house and spend Shabbos with them in Bnei Brak. He went over there to his father and mother's house, and they asked him, "What are you doing in the afternoon? You want to come with me to a shir?" I go to a shir every Shabbos afternoon in the house of one of the Gedolei Yisrael. His name is Rabbi Steinman. So the son said, even though he wasn't keeping Shabbos, he said, "Okay, no problem, I'll go with you to the shir." He came to the shir, he sat there. After the shir, they went over to the Rosh Hashiva, and they asked him for a bracha. They said, "Unfortunately, Rosh Hashiva, my son hasn't been keeping Shabbos for a few years." And he asked him, "How many years are you not keeping Shabbos?" He told him, 2 years. "I'm not keeping Shabbos for 2 years." He said, "Did you ever have any thought of tshuva? Did you ever think that maybe to come back and be chozer b'tshuva?" He said, "Yeah, it probably happened a few times." "How many times? How long? What was the amount of time it happened?" The boy answered, and he said, "Probably happened 4 times, maybe 10 minutes each time." Rav Aaron Leib Steinman looked at him and he said, "Wow, you were at the unbelievable level of a Baal Tshuva that's standing in a place that even Tzaddikim Gemurim can't be able to stand in that exact place. And you had 40 minutes of that in the last 2 years. Unbelievable." Later on, to make a long story short, is Baruch Hashem, this person found himself back to Tshuva, and he found himself back to Yiddishkeit, and he became a person who was the Shomer Torah Mitzvahs person. But his father asked him afterwards, "Why did you come with me to the shir? What interest did you have to go to this Gadol's house?" And he said, "Abba, I want to share with you an unbelievable thing, which is what allowed me to make the decision to want to go and see this Rosh Hashiva again. A bunch of years back when I was in elementary school, our class went to Rav Steinman's house to go and take a test on Chumash. He asked all the boys a question, and each boy who answered right, he gave him a candy. When he came to me, he asked me a question, I didn't know the answer. He didn't give me the candy. So he tried again, and he tried a third time, and he tried a few more times to see, maybe I'll get a different question right. Afterwards, he gave everyone a candy, and they all started walking out of the room. He came over to me and he said, "Come over here, please. I want to tell you something." He says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives every person reward according to how much they put effort into it. Every person here, their effort was to answer one question, and they answered it, and that's why I gave them one candy. But you tried 3 times, and you tried very, very hard. You deserve 3 candies for the effort. So he told his father, he said, "Abba, look, when I saw how positive a Adam Gadol like this was, even though I didn't know the right answer, but he was so positive with me, it left an impression on me my whole life. And when you mentioned his name, I said, I want to go back and see who this rabbi is. I want to go and see who this tzaddik is." And that's what happened. A tremendous lesson. We have to remember that it's not so easy, but we have to try to be positive with our kids. If we're going to be positive with the children and not act like policemen with them, we will get so much nachas b'siyata d'shmaya, and they will accomplish so much more and believe so much in themselves. Take care, have a wonderful day, and continue to be matzliach in this wonderful, wonderful mission of chinuch habanim v'habanos.